Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope that you're having a good day so far. It's still a little bit early over here on the Pacific Coast. But I'm super, super excited to have a special guest with me. I have Pratikas Sharma here. She is our tech recruiter here at Premier. And I'd love to just kind of start by opening it up with a little bit of backstory as to how we had Pratika join our team, kind of the need that we saw arise behind that story. And then I'd love to open up to Pratika to tell us a little bit about herself. But just to give you guys all an idea into our journey here at Premier, prior to COVID and some of the technology that we had developed, we were very siloed into focusing on HR, customer success, operations, and administrative positions. And then as we kind of went through everything in the last year and adapted as we saw fit, a huge need that we kind of saw that we could lean into and weren't was helping out with technical positions. So we quickly started finding the best of the best, or trying to, a tech recruiter who could come in and not only, work on the roles that are technical, but also teach us a little bit about the tech world too. So we are so, so blessed to have Pratika as part of our team. She is already just completely blowing it out of the water and, again, educating us in so many important ways. And we're just so appreciative for you. But before I go on and on about that, Pratika, can you give us a little background into your personal history and how you kind of fell into tech recruiting?
Yes. Hi, Caitlin. Thank you for having me. So excited to be here. Yeah. So, like everybody, recruitment happened to be like chance for me. I stumbled upon it. I am a marketing graduate. I have an MBA. I was looking to move into digital marketing. And then how luck would have it, I moved to United States, and some of my friends happened to say, why don't you try recruitment? That sounds more like your job. But I just did like a little HR course while I was doing MBA, and I thought HR and recruitment are, kind of similar things. But while I started doing it, I felt that recruitment is an extension of sales, actually. You are selling your job to the candidate, you're selling your customers or your clients. So, it all is the same eventually. So I started as a tech recruiter and fall in love with it. And like they say, rest is history.
Yeah, totally. I love your background because, of course, me being in the marketing world, it's always so interesting to kind of hear how things overlap, because I think sometimes people think about creatives and they think about people who are actually doing work in recruiting, and it might feel detached, but like you said, it all goes back to that funnel and generating a pipeline. So I always think that's so interesting that that's the background that you have. But I'd love to kind of lean into kind of what I touched on earlier, what value you've added to Premier. So kind of going into the resource you are for us, and I guess kind of how you've helped shape your own role since being here at Premier.
Of course. Thank you for that question. So at Premier, I was initially hired as a tech recruiter, and the plan was to build up our tech practice here, which is our eventually, a goal for 2021. We want to build up a robust tech practice at Premier Talent Partners. So my role was starting off was just to give a sense to our clients that Premier has a tech recruiter in-house, and we are ready to take that challenge in 2021. So that's where I started off my role, the traditional tech recruiting platform, finding the clients, doing the end-to-end recruitment full cycle from sourcing to delivery. Additionally, I have also been responsible to get into the client calls with the our clients, understanding, taking that intake from them, why they want somebody for the role. And in that process, educating clients, why would this person will work for your role and not the other person? Since I have my ears to the ground every single day, I'm working, on so many different roles, giving them insights about what's the pay structure, compensations look like? What are the locations that would favor, whether it would be a good remote position or whether we should look for people who will go hybrid for this type of positions. Additionally, since I am one of the tech recruiters at the moment, I have also been responsible kind of building that knowledge base for our TBPs, letting them understand that when a tech role comes in, these are some of the questions and some of the things we should keep in mind while a client is reaching out to have different positions for us.
Yeah, totally. And you mentioned kind of how you're helping educate our TBPs. Just to kind of clarify what that means, our talent business partners are our TBPs, and they actually traditionally are who take these intake calls for these new job orders that we take in and work on. So Pratika, you've been so integral in that process. And like you said, not only educating us, but also educating our clients, because you don't just work for one hiring team. You don't just work for one company. So I really think that is something that I really wanted to emphasize, is you have such a robust experience, and you really don't just work on kind of one little area of the market. So I guess let's kind of use that as our segue. I'd love to kind of hear, a little bit more about the roles that you generally, or I guess we see it all, so it's hard to say that, but what roles right now are currently on your desk, or, ones that you foresee coming in the next couple weeks?
Sure. So, thankfully, we have the vaccine. We're all, the economy is getting back where it should be. And that has taken, that leap of faith from the clients also. We have tons of roles, IT, non-IT, that I kind of see every single day that's been coming in. Some of the trends that I've been observing: software engineers, they were the past, they're going to be the future. Some of the technical stacks that I've seen: Python engineers, front-end engineers, full stack engineers. The other thing that I've noticed in last couple of months is business intelligence analysts. A lot of our clients are hiring that. Data, it was the past, it's the present, it's going to be the future. So data analytics, data engineers. I've also been noticing a lot of mix of IT and different verticals, like marketing data analyst. I'm seeing a lot of, analytics, I think, has been, kind of a trend that's been going on for good 6 months now. Start of the year, a lot of clients want to figure out what platforms are working for them, who their users are. And based off those decisions, they are kind of designing their applications or platforms. And that's where it's very helpful for us when we hire these tech engineers. That's the additional, experience that, they see in the profiles.
Yeah, no, that's so interesting. And I feel like I've talked about it before with other verticals, but you're right. Like people now are trying to realize what they're doing right and continue moving forward with that as the world opens up, and leave behind what isn't working. And it's something that we're even doing here at Premier. So it's very interesting how those trends kind of come with the market, and you can kind of see, what roles are going to be more in demand based on the current market that we're in. So I think that's always just so fascinating. I'd love to hear too a little bit more about the different clients that you work with. I think, we have a really good variety from my standpoint, I guess, but since you are working so closely with these roles day to day, I'd love to hear a little bit about that range and what that breaks down to look like.
Sure. And, that's, I would like to tell our viewers also that Premier has such a vast range and variety of clients that we have. And, I've been extremely honored working in globally, if I would say, some of our clients and positions that I'm working on, I've been working outside United States. Eastern European clients that we have, I've been recruiting for them also. So it's been such a great experience. We've been working healthcare, we've been working cryptocurrency, we've been working digital, we've been working edtech, supply chain, platform services. There's any particular vertical that we can think about, we have it. And definitely there's a difference, because we do cater to a lot of these startup clients, which are looking for people that can wear multiple hats at the same time. For them, not 2 days at a work environment would look same. They would want people who can, just get up every time, if there's an opportunity, give it to them. And then on the other hand, I'm working with some of the most, large organizations, enterprise organizations. They know what they want. They're bringing in somebody with, a well thought out reason why they want this particular person to do this role. So it's been extremely, enriching for me as a recruiter to kind of work on so many different roles. So
that's so awesome. Yeah, I think that it's very, even when I was in my past life a recruiter, you could, and that's what I think makes this experience really valuable. And sometimes you don't really see it from the outside, but you touch it all and you're not limited to just one field. And like, I know that you mentioned, we see everything from tiny, scrappy startups to huge enterprise Fortune 500 companies that are built out. So regardless of what you're targeting, we could really, put that hat on for you and be that extra set of eyes to make sure that we're even considering those factors in your job search. So that's really cool. I always love hearing the actual recruiter feedback. So that's so cool. One last thing, Pratika, before we kind of close out and let everyone know where they can find you, is I'd love to hear a little bit of your insight as far as, one size fits all career advice doesn't exist. But in a general sense, what advice would you have for the, technical job seeker out there, or even people in your pipeline? What could they do to make themselves more of a marketable candidate?
Of course, great question. As we know, last year hasn't been easy on most of us, So some of the things, and the great thing is our clients understand that, and they've been an advocate of people who are coming from, a little bit of gaps in their professional history. We've been open to that. But some of the suggestions that I do when I'm talking to my candidates also is maybe, get yourself involved to, like a GitHub, build your personal portfolios, have a small project, because, when you're working in, like I said, bigger organizations, enterprise organization, you are siloed into just a technology that you're working on, but you don't get a chance to explore maybe what you want to work. And the reason I said that is I've been talking to candidates more often than not, where they say, oh, we want to be a full stack engineer, but we are a backend engineer right now. So, if you have those GitHubs or personal websites, personal projects, apps in the Play Store or Google Store, whatever that, they're compatible with, that adds an extra flavor to the resume and to the client. And I've seen that, like I said, most of the clients are so flexible that they are not using traditional ways of recruiting right now. Interview process has changed so much in last 8 years of my experience. They do one initial phone interview, but most of the tech hiring from these clients is based on the pair programmings. With your basic concepts, and essentially it's not important that you get the proper output of the codes that been given to you, but how's your approach towards it, how well you collaborate into it, how do you understand the problem is, because those pair programming sometimes mirrors the actual job that you will be working on. So I would say, there are tons of websites available, practice your things. That's where what it is. The other thing is that I would suggest, know where you want to be at. I know a lot of candidates, when they say we want to move to a different role, it's difficult for a client to get a sense of what you're capable of, unless you've been trying different things, So just be clear what you want to be at, where you want to be. And I think that would, definitely help them making their profile set apart from the rest of the others.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where don't wait for the opportunity to come to you, go grab the bull by the horns and try to build that portfolio up for yourself, which is such good advice. I think for all of us, we all can take a little bit of that nugget of wisdom and apply it to our careers. So thank you so much, Pratika. This has been so awesome. Like I said, I'm just always so humbled and honored to chat with the people who are actually, putting those pieces together for us, and our talent team. So thank you so much for being here today. For anyone who's tuning in now or watching this later, I highly, highly encourage you to connect with Pratika. I will make sure, if it's not already linked, that her LinkedIn is linked somewhere on this post, so you can find her. She will always share the roles she's working on in the tech world and general updates that we might have. And then, of course, please give us here at Premier a follow so you don't miss any other updates we might have. But that's all we have today. Pratika, thank you so much for being here with us. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much for listening in. I appreciate my time, and I hope to connect with everybody soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.